Game of Thrones. Last Sunday, we watched Game of Thrones episode 2. It was called The Home or Home. So let's recap last week's episode. So let's first things first. Let's take it to Winterfell, where we find out that Bolton, Ramsay's father, birth of his newborn child, and it was a baby boy. When Ramsay found out, they were both in the same room, and I felt a little jealousy in the air. Received a baby, and so that baby has more right to the heir of the House of Bolton than Ramsay does, because Ramsay was a bastard, but Bolton had Tywin legitimize Ramsay as his son, as not his like bastard. So if you're not considered his like legitimate son, like being born out of wedlock, because some of the men would just go out and just have sex with whores, and they would just have babies being popped out, and then they would be considered their like bastard child. But you wouldn't be considered a bastard child unless you were married and you conceived the baby through, you know, being married to your wife. So Ramsay found out that Bolton had a son who was just born, and his wife, you know, delivered a brand new baby boy, and Ramsay did not like that at all, and it did not go well. I wish I knew, because my reaction to what happened was just crazy. Like, I feel like I need to film like every night, every episode, but I feel like I don't have enough space to do it, because my reaction to that scene was like, what the fuck? Like, what just happened? Like, oh my god, like Ramsay, what are you doing? Like, you're such a jealous person. Like, how old are you? Are you like 2? Like, and what he did after he stabbed his father, oh my god, I had like major anxiety, like when he walked his mother into the dog pit with his newborn brother into the dog pit, and then he opened up each cage and the dog stayed, because Ramsay is psycho like that. That's the way I like him. And he had them like just sitting there, and then on cue he made like a signal, and they all ran and attacked and like ate the baby and his mother, his stepmother, whatever, his mother alive. And I was just like, what is going on? Like, oh no. Like, I was just like, I felt so bad for her. Like, she didn't know what was going on, and she was just scared, and like, I was so scared for her. Like, she was just confused, like, what's going on? I just went through freaking labor and hell and pain from delivering your new brother, and you're gonna have me killed while holding your brother in my arms. Like, oh my god, that was just like crazy. Crazy. King's Landing, they had Marcella's funeral service. Cersei wanted to, you know, pay her respects to her daughter, but her son Tommen would not allow her to leave the room. I think it was because he wanted to protect her, I guess, from the High Sparrow, and what they have done to his mother. Like, he's the king. Like, he shouldn't be worried. Like, he has higher power. Wouldn't he have higher power than the High Sparrow?
No.
High Sparrow has more power than the king?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like, how is that possible? That's stupid. So, okay, I give Tommen right for keeping his mother safe, because I guess no one's safe in King's Landing, I guess, because I guess being a king don't matter. Whatever. The next scene was when Tyrion, this little person has some big balls, I'm just telling you. He like walked up to the freaking Daenerys' dragons, and he like unbuckled their leashes, and he was just standing there like he looked like a Cheeto to these dragons. Like, he would have been eaten alive if this was like real, but of course it's just fantasy and it's just a show. but he like unleashed both of those fire-breathing dragons. Like he would have been eating like a cheese doodle. Like what is life? Like Game of Thrones is like crazy. Like I was just on edge on this episode. Like everything was just like, what are you doing? I'm just telling you, Tyrion had big balls. And then at the end he was like, if I ever, like he tells Varys, like if I ever do like have an idea like this again, like what do you say, just to hit him or slap him or something, punch him in the face. I mean, Tyrion, you got big balls, so you know what, I applaud you on that scene. Stark has been still in training. Jaqen and Hagar came. He's just so cute. I think he's like my favorite character. Jaqen and Hagar, that is his name.
No, that was the name of the guy he was before. Okay,
whatever. Well, he's the faceless man that is training Arya in her faceless training, whatever, assassin, because Arya is training to be an assassin. But so I guess he took her with him to, I guess, go to her next training, but she's still blind. Greyjoys, which this scene was like, what the fuck? Okay, what's his name? My bad. Balin. Okay, he is Theon's father.
Where's your battery guy?
No, it's not dead yet. He's Theon's father, and like he like walked across the bridge, and he meets up with his brother. And of course, when I was watching the scene, and then Sean's like, I thought he was dead already. And I'm like, oh great, now I know he's dead because there's a rainstorm and the bridge is like moving, so I know he was gonna die. So anyway, I just didn't care. Like he's just like a no care character. Like I could care less if he like lived or died or whatever. Okay, so he gets thrown over by his brother. They have the funeral for Yora's or Asha, whoever you want to call her. Yorara. Well, they had the funeral for Yora's, I can't fucking say her name, but in the book her name is Asha, but you get it, Theon's sister. They had the funeral for her father, and like they let him off into the ocean, and she happens to say like, I will find who did this to my father, and she's gonna kill the person, whoever did this to his father. Like, how did you not know? Like, maybe he just like fell off the bridge. Like, how do you know somebody killed him? But I guess because he lived there for years and he was the king, he was like, you know, the head of the house or whatever. His like her father like lived there for so many years. Like obviously there were storms and whatever, so he knew how to walk over the bridge. But I'm just saying, like, just how they came about it. She's like, oh, whoever, I'm gonna find out who did this to my father, and then I'm gonna kill him. Like, how do you know your father didn't just fall over the bridge? Because he's old, you know, like how he just maybe lost his balance and just fell off the bridge because it was like a windstorm, like rain and everything. He could have slipped and fell. Like, how do you know somebody else did? Like, just like crazy things that Game of Thrones does. Like, and the last thing we're gonna talk about, Jon Snow is alive. Yes! But we don't know how he's going to turn out to be. Is he gonna speak? Is he gonna be himself? Is he gonna be different? He's gonna have a different language. Like what's life? Like, what is Game of Thrones? Like, what Game of Thrones? What is life? They just end the scene, they end the episode with just Jon just going, coming to, and then that's it. WTF, Game of Thrones? Like, what is life? Like, no, you can't do that to me. You can't just make me feel like, oh my god, Jon Snow is back, and then you just like, I go, wait, next episode. No. So we knew Melisandre was gonna come through for your girl, okay? We knew she was gonna come through for me and bring Jon Snow back to life. So we're gonna find out tonight how Jon Snow is. Is he normal? Is he just his normal self? Or hopefully he doesn't turn into a girl, like has a girly voice, or becomes Melisandre or something. We find out tonight on episode 3. This looks 6. Episode 3. So it airs tonight on HBO at 9 o'clock. I hope you guys are excited. Let me know what you guys are thinking about this season so far. Are you happy that Jon Snow is alive? You know, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this season so far? Because this one over here is not watching anymore because he's not liking it. He thinks it's stupid. Right?
Yeah.
From the Peanut Gallery. Are you going to watch this? Are you going to watch tonight's episode?
No.
Why not?
No.
Just give it another chance. Third
No, I don't
time's a
want to spoil
charm.
anything else from the book.
Nothing's going to be
It
spoiled.
already did.
Big baby. So I'm excited to find out what happens in this episode. It's getting interesting. It's getting real interesting. So give this video a thumbs up, letting me know that you like these videos. Also leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you've been loving so far in Game of Thrones, your thoughts, your opinions. You disagree with me on some things. You know, let's chat a little bit. Also, if you're not stalking me on any of my social medias, follow me on my Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram. My links are always down below. So go check them out and follow me. Also, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to become one of my members in my army. I love you guys all, and remember, be strong, be different, and be creative. Bye, dolls.